Hey everybody, thanks for watching our final drift response video, and I hope you got to see episode 6 where we got to take our cars out on track finally.
Finally.
It was awesome. They were killing it, smoking tires, making a lot of power. It was
that drifting thing.
It was super fun, yeah. So let's get right to these questions.
All right.
Fire me off.
Question number 1 from Taylor Regal.
All
How
right.
many tires did you guys go through just from filming the last episode on the track?
Well, there you go. All right. Last episode, we took the cars out on track. We had 4 cars total, so we went through some tires. But on the 370, we went through 3 sets of tires. So the Hancocks are lasting pretty long. We went with the V12s on that car, a little street track performance tire. The RS3s do burn down a little quicker, but they do have a lot more grip. And that's what we were running on the 240. We went through about 2 sets, I think, on that car. How about you?
Yeah, we didn't do as much driving with the 240s. Well, I did on mine actually, but
Yeah,
I
you
think
were
I only,
hammering down.
I think I only burned. I had a brand new set of Maxes. I think I only burned about 1.5 pairs. Still had half tread left on the second set, and then the FRS did 2 full pairs. And yeah, so solid day of driving, solid day of filming.
Yeah, it was definitely a ton of fun, and on those videos and minor track days, we don't burn the tires down as much because we're kind of taking breaks in between runs. In Formula Drift competition though, we'll burn a set of tires down in just 2 laps. Sometimes in 1 lap in qualifying, so
yeah,
it gets
pretty gnarly.
It gets pretty gnarly, so we try and stretch them out a little bit on the shoots.
Question number 2.
All right.
Jay Mendoza, 328. He asked, how do you breathe with the smoke in your face, and is it sometimes distracting?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very distracting.
it is.
And I guess
Especially when you can't see, because if it's that bad, then you can't see anything in front of you, and then you're just relying on the muscle memory
oh, it's terrible.
situation.
I mean, that's exactly what happened to me with Stoneback in top 8 Formula Drift Atlanta. We're going through it, did my lead run, everything was going great, and then in my chase run, I knew he had his 0, so I was running in the pocket, doing well,
but just
and then
far enough behind to
got to the last corner, tried to back off a little bit. I was like, all right, that should do it. It's got to be enough. Backed off about 2 car lengths for the last turn, went right in the cloud, got lost in the smoke, and I put 2 tires off. But luckily, with the judging, they went off the lead runs, and we did still get the win. But yeah, you will literally get lost in that smoke. People ask us all the time, how do you see? You don't. It sucks.
yeah,
but,
yeah, it's difficult. As soon as you
game.
lose that vision or that focus point on your next scenario, then you're just driving blind. You're screwed.
Yeah, you're totally screwed.
You're hoping that you're just gonna make it out of there and you're gonna be in the right spot. That's basically
it's rough. The best thing you can do is you literally have to run in that pocket. The closer you are to that car in front of you, the better, because you're ahead of that rear tire. You drop back 2-3 cars, you're screwed.
That's it. Next question is from Kale.
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 I like kale. That's good.
Yeah, Kale's good for it. All right. Asked, does drifting ever take a negative psychological toll on you? For example, it is said that chefs eat top ramen after getting home from work. I love to keep drifting fun, but does that mean I shouldn't get competitive with it?
Well,
That's a loaded question.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
can go multiple different ways.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's more ways to answer that question than just like, oh, after a drift event, I don't want to go drive cars. But psychological toll, yes, it's very stressful. It's a lot of hard work we're putting in. The teams that put in the most amount of work are the ones that are the most successful. And we obviously do more than just Formula D. We're doing these events, we're doing other builds, and there's more to it than just Formula Drift competition, which does consume a lot of our time.
Yeah.
We do have to make sure that we factor in time for the competition,
Exactly.
as well as having fun, which we definitely do. We go to E-Town, we take our party cars out.
Break it up to make it, because if we didn't have that stuff, then I think if we solely focused on only competition and only Formula D, then we would probably go insane.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it wouldn't be what the situation that we all got into this for. So you definitely have to have those situations that kind of break things up, where we get to have a blast.
right, next up, Loki Levy 6. Do you guys ever wrap your exhaust manifolds on the 240s to keep heat away from the brake master and clutch master cylinder? I get a lot of heat buildup in mine from daily driving and track days. I have the manifold wrapped and the heat shield on it. Any suggestions?
I mean, if you already did that, then that's pretty much as much as you can do. One other thing, if you're getting a super intense amount of heat buildup, then maybe your timing on your engine is too retarded, and it's just causing your manifold to glow and just get too hot under the engine bay. The only other thing that I can think of doing is just making some air get through the hood better. Maybe do some hood vents, or raise the back of the hood up so you can get some flow going through there. Besides that, I mean, it sounds like you're doing everything right, and if you're still melting brake boosters or brake master cylinders, then there's something else that's going on under there. It shouldn't be that extreme for that to be happening. So check a couple of those other things that we just talked about and see what happens.
Alright, next up is Jack Holden. Hey guys, what does the wheelbase of a car affect in drifting in? Matt Mike and his MK3 Mazda seem to be getting very snappy transitions and huge speed. Surely this isn't all down to power and weight.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, wheelbase and the wheel track definitely affect the way the car reacts on a track. And perfect example is Mad Mike's car, because that's probably the most extreme situation in drifting that I've seen.
Very short, very wide.
It's like 91-inch wheelbase, and it's probably about 89 inches wide in the front end. So it's basically like trying to drift a square rather than trying to drift a rectangle, which would be a little easier to sustain drifting. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna get that snap. You're gonna get that snap steer, and you just have to be really up on your controls a lot more, because basically that car needs a lot more input. There's not going to be any neutral point where you can kind of relax for half a second or whatever. It's going to either be on the gas or on the e-brake, or giving some steering input.
Yeah, you can get to the far end of the other extreme, which is, you know, very narrow, very long, and that's causes for very slow transitions, and you're kind of a sitting duck in tandem, because you're really opening that door every transition to have the guy kind of swoop up on you. So you kind of got to find that happy medium.
Absolutely, and that goes for all worlds of different chassis. I think around 100-inch wheelbase is usually pretty solid to dial in and have it good for good angle and then for a good tandem as well.
All right, last question from Aaron Laughlin. Ryan, what happened to the 1J240? I love seeing that car rip. I would be kind of sad if you abandoned it.
Well,
yeah, where is it?
I think that's a question for Pat Gooden.
Yeah, Pat? Oh, hey, it's Pat Gooden.
Why don't you step in here? And,
there he is.
What happened to the old 1J240? You're the last person that drove it on the old Birch Mountain shoot.
Haven't seen it since, man.
Yeah, well, there's actually a deleted scene that no one saw. I actually rolled it off the mountain.
Oh, really?
No. I don't know. That's honestly up to Ryan, because I drove it and I ripped on it and I beat the crap out of it. I said, hey man, here's your car back. Have fun. I'm going back to Florida.
See you later. Head back to sunshine.
I don't know. I haven't seen it since, man.
Yeah.
Disappeared somewhere.
We're gonna have to go check.
It's in the back of my house. I think loaded up with all the other broken 240s somewhere. All right, that is it. Wrap. Drift Garage Season 2.
Yeah, thanks Pat for all your hard work.
Yeah, man, I killed it. Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching, commenting, and tuning in each and every other week on Network A. Make sure you stay tuned. We always got good things in the works, and we have some special stuff coming up too.
That's right.
Soon.
Coming soon.
See you then.
See you.